What's going on, Tay? I thought you fell asleep on me, man.
My phone had froze.
Oh, no worries, man. All right, so the Niners, so they're playing today, and it's a tough matchup because, of course, last week they played against Seattle. It seemed like it was a pretty rocky start from the first half. Then by the time the second half came around, Brock Purdy was just comfortable. The defense played really, really good. So in comes Dallas. They just completely mobbed Tampa Bay on the Monday night. And their defense, they're going to be coming in. Michael Parsons, Trayvon Diggs, they're going to bring some pressure to Brock Purdy. How would you evaluate this game, knowing that Brock Purdy being a rookie quarterback and just really kind of taking this playoff games by storm with Kyle Shanahan? Is there some part of him that there's a confidence level, even in a tough opponent, that Brock Purdy is going to be able to shine and learn from what he had from last week's game against the Seahawks?
I'm going to say this. Purdy just got to keep doing what he's doing. This man just running the offense the best way. Kyle Shanahan is calling the plays. He just got to execute. That's the only thing he has to keep doing. Because as long as since he's been out, that's all he's been doing is executing, getting everybody who gets the ball gets the ball. He doesn't really make in the 6 games he hasn't really made really any mistakes like that. And you could say we didn't play nobody. A lot of teams didn't play a lot of good teams this year. So that really doesn't mean anything. My thing is, by him winning that first playoff game, gave him confidence because there's not too many rookies that can step in that position I'm saying, and come to NFL and just win a playoff game just like that. Just like that. Like people was trying to give him arguably rookie of the year just because. It's too late. Not expecting him to get it. But as long as Brock Purdy keep his poise like he's been doing, keep his cool, we're going to have the run game. That's going to help him out.
Yeah.
The screenplays, that's going to help him out. And then when you give him time, you see he can throw the ball down the field.
Yeah.
So
and he's very accurate once he throws downfield.
And now, but the thing is, like I said, as long as he don't make mistakes, okay, maybe he might throw one. We still got the defense to come back if he throws if he throws an interception, cool. But Nick Bosa is going up against a rookie tackle.
Mm-hmm.
Micah Parsons got to go up and see Trent Williams, Debo big brother. So Purdy's going to have time to do something. I feel like Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers been scouting the Cowboys because I think they already felt like they was going to play them. I felt they already knew the Cowboys was going to beat Tampa. So we've been kind of scouting the Cowboys for a minute. We know this is not a light game. We know this is not an easy game. We went into their house last year, beat them. They trying to do the same thing to us. I'm not really that stressed because it's the Cowboys. Like Stephen A. say, accident always waiting to happen. But like I said, this is going to be. I don't think Dak's going to have the same good game he had against Tampa because you're going up against the number 1 defense. And let me say this right now while I'm on there. Commentators, please get it right. It's either the Eagles have the number 1 defense or the 49ers because they keep going back and forth. Which one has it? Because last night I heard on the Eagles game, the Eagles had the number 1 defense. Now we're saying we have the number 1 defense. That's why I want to see the Niners versus the Eagles because I want to see the best against the best. I don't want to see another NFC East matchup. I want to see the best play the best to get the right to go to the Super Bowl. That's what I want to see, and I feel like that's what the world should want to see. We don't want to see another Cowboy-Eagles game for the 3rd time. We just seen the Giants game like that. No. Only thing the Niners had to do is play their game. Defense, don't let up when y'all got the score. Kyle, I'm telling you now, we got the lead. Do not let up. Keep going to score. That's the only way we're going to win this game because Dallas can score. They can score. But back to Purdy. Long as Purdy play his like whatever plays he called, long as Purdy play and not throw this stupid passes and throw this balls that's just I think the first game in Seattle, he was just nervous in his first playoff game, so he threw a couple bad passes at first because he was nervous. But then once he got settled in, you seen that offense. It's like the floodgates flew open. And then once Abrams grabbed Debo's leg, and then all hell broke loose.
Oh yeah,
you don't want to make them mad because once they get mad, they're gonna put points up on you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that was one of the big things. Yeah.
And people better watch out for George Kittle. People not talking about George Kittle. He's going up and trying to tell you. I get most likely George Kittle is going to score today. He's going to score. I got C-Mac going for 100 yards. I don't see Zeke or Tony Pollard getting 70 yards apiece. But together, they might can get it together because we haven't allowed a 170-yard rusher all season. So maybe together they can get 70 yards, but I don't see both of them. Now, Pollard, that's the one I'm more scary of. Because Pollard, he's like a smaller version. He's like a different version of Christian McCaffrey because he could catch and he's explosive when he run the ball and he's kind of strong. So Tony Pollard is the one that I'm really scared of more than Zeke because Zeke, he more like I call him like the red zone player now because he don't have that burst in him from what I've seen him. He got too big. Yeah. But we got Elijah Mitchell back. We got C-Mac and we got Debo in the backfield. So, and we got another guy. I keep forgetting this other guy. He don't play that much, but he's another guy.
Because there are times
I was just going to Brandon Ayuk. I'm mad he dropped that touchdown last week though. Because Purdy stuck that on him. How many rookie quarterbacks is really going to stop in a dime like that and then throw that in the corner in the end zone? That's hard. That is hard.
It's extremely difficult.
But you got to think, this man been practicing against the number one defense all year.
Yeah.
He's been practicing against them all year. So he knows what pressure is going to feel like. Because you got Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, you got Eric Armstead coming at you. So you already seen what that kind of pressure is like. So for you know what I'm saying? But Lawrence and Parsons and all of them, they're going to come for Purdy. I know. I just want to see what he does under pressure. Yeah. We had teams. Go ahead.
And you got to think because I mean, here's the fun thing. You're facing off once again from last year where you go into Dallas and all it took was one play to happen. And Dak Prescott decided to run the football, ran the clock, and it's like, where's the clock management from there? Now, it is going to be because of the fact that last year Garoppolo was facing Dallas. Now here's Purdy. I honestly think Purdy's got better throwing arm. I also do think he's very accurate, and he can run out the pocket more than what Garoppolo can do. But my big thing, because I know Dallas from last week, Dak threw for 5 touchdowns. And it's like, great. But here's the thing. Dallas, when they come back reliant, they are not the same team. They kind of fall apart in these areas. So it's like they got to be successful in the run. That's difficult to do. You got a front line like just bust through and get a few yards on the ground. So watching this and just kind of seeing how will the offense go and the defense, how strong they can be to get certain spots. I'm almost thinking this will be a close game. I got the 49ers in this game, taking the points. I think it might be a 20-24 game, but how do you kind of see the flow for the 49ers? And would it be like how last year was just one play possession that made it permanent, or do you kind of see it different?
Technically, I want to see them smash the Cowboys, but that's not reality. It's not reality. I want to see them beat them like 40-14, but that's not reality. I see a close game too, like 28-24 or 28-21. I don't see them blowing the Cowboys out. Now for some odd reason, if it happens to be like last week and there's close games in the second half, they just do what they do. I didn't call that, but I feel like this. Brock Purdy, I feel like since he got that first one out the way, I don't think he's going to come out too timid or like make some bad throws in the beginning because I feel like he's going to be okay now. But I know Dallas is going to try to confuse him. But so the flow of the game is keep doing what we do. We run the ball perfectly well. So we're not really worrying about that because the way we're just not our formation just going to run up the middle all day. So we're going to switch it up. We're going to put McCaffrey in the backfield, Debo in the backfield, probably have both of them in the backfield. So either way, Purdy is going to have block and time to really get the ball out the way he wants to. And as I feel like if we're up, I say by halftime, say it was 14-7 by halftime. If we get the ball in the second half, that first drive is going to be very important. We at least have to get a touchdown or 3 points out of that. So just in case if they score, we're still up and still have the ball. As long as we can run the ball effectively, and we could put points on the board, I don't see Dallas beating us. But if I see if we sit up here making mistakes, offsides, different things like that, keep giving Dallas the ball, we can lose. I'm not a biased person when it comes to a game. We can lose, but I don't. As long as we don't make the stupid mistakes, we'll be fine. That's the key thing right there. Because the big games you ever notice is either offsides or roughing the pass or something that causes the shift in the game. And that's what happened last week with the sack fumble, and then when Abrams grabs Debo, certain things can shift. That's why I don't like stuff like that. So as long as we can keep it physical, how we always been keeping physical, we'll be fine. Because Fred Warner and Greenlaw and Kinlaw, they're gonna be running around that field. Now, T.Y. Hilton on the other side, that's gonna be somebody nobody's really paying attention to, because he could come out that slot. And now I need both of the wards to get it done. Hello? You still hear me?
Yeah. I truthfully think, like, with Traverse Ward, I think he's had a really, really good year this year. And it's kind of unfortunate with Kansas City. I mean, they let him walk easily, but I think he's really meshed into this defense. But by the way, how about Halafunga? I mean, I think that kid, he's something special too. And it's actually kind of interesting because I've heard from a lot of people, he actually trained in the offseason with Troy Polamalu, which was another really, really good safety. So I think watching the secondary now, I mean, I've watched Jimmy Ward now for the last couple of years. He's had some real good spurts, and then there's times where he kind of let loose on some plays, but is still managing to pick himself up. So I feel like the secondaries, because watching it, you got CeeDee Lamb, you got Michael Gallup, you got T.Y. Hilton as well now, which I'm really interested to see how he produces in the slot as well. So I would imagine for San Francisco and their secondaries, because watching Halafunga, watching both Travaris and Jimmy Ward and a bunch of these guys, I mean, all it's going to take is just, having that precision to where they see the quarterback, they know where he's throwing. But it's like I said, I mean, if I watch that box score at the end of the game tonight and Dak's got more than 50 throws, I'm a little bit skeptical about how else that the Cowboys will be able to readjust on that, right?
Hufanga, I call him Palomalo Jr. That's what I call him, because he's that good of a safety. He could come down in the box. He could roam around the field. I call him the D-backs secret weapon, because nobody saw him coming. I knew about him last year, but I didn't really speak on him because I was just in my head like, just wait, I'm gonna let this man do his work first, and I'm gonna speak on him. I knew about him last year from people just talking about it. And actually, Troy Polamalu talked about him as well too. But a lot of people ain't see that because they just talk about somebody they didn't really know. But the back end, as long as we don't give up big plays. That's why we cover the middle a lot. So we play. If you notice, we a team that play a lot of man. We play zone too, but we play a lot of man because we don't want to give up the plays in the middle, because that's where Dallas like to go to. They like to come across the middle a lot. We don't give up the big plays. We'll be fine. Because if we could keep Dallas like 3rd and 8, 3rd and 10, or anything higher than that, we'll be fine. I don't want to give Dallas 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, even though we stop teams that's like 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. But I would rather them have to make sure they have to pass it on 3rd and 10 or like 3rd and 7, because when you got to drop back and pass against this defense, we tend to get interceptions. We lead the league in interceptions. The Eagles might got the sacks, but we got the interceptions. You know what I'm saying? So if I feel like we could get enough pressure on Dak, he's going to make a mistake. And once he makes a mistake, it's like sharks. It's like sharks in the water. We going after everything. And if Nick Bosa and Eric Armstead can get to Dak Prescott, it's going to be a long day. And all I want to see on Monday is Stephen A. Smith coming at Michael Irvin. That's all I want to see. Plus, like I said, I want to see the Eagles versus the Niners. I want to see that matchup because you don't get to see that all the time. I want to see the best offensive line against the best defensive line, and the two offense who's going to win that game. I don't want it. Long as my Niners take care of the Cowboys, I get the matchup I want, and we could have all the smoke with anybody. I just know for sure that the faithful are going to win today. I don't care what Michael Norv is talking about, Micah Parsons and all of them. I know what I'm saying right now. The 49ers are going to win 28-21 right now. That's my pick, 28-21. If we get anything over, that's icing on the cake.
I love that. I love that. I'm definitely sold up on that pick. And yeah, I think this is going to be a wildly entertaining game because of the fact that I love San Francisco's defense. I love the fact that, Kyle Shanahan, because he's such a great play caller, that he utilizes everybody's strengths. Now, I know it was kind of slow for Debo at first because I'm like, well, let Debo be a receiver. This is why you sign him the extension. It's not for him to be that kind of running back, because now you have a running back by committee. It's healthy. So now just utilize what his strengths are as a receiver. And Brandon Ayuk, at any time, he's a wild card receiver, so he can really bust through on those spots. One question I want to ask before letting you go. So Demeco Ryans, the defensive coordinator for San Francisco, he's been getting a lot of offers. Now, I used to love watching Demeco Ryans, even at the time when he was with Philly and when he was with the Houston Texans. He's getting some job offers. Now, San Francisco, in their 10 years of their coordinators, I mean, Mike McDaniel, he's showing that he's got really good spurts in Miami. Robert Saleh, he ran this defense and was really good, and now he's starting to kind of look successful with the Jets. They're only a quarterback away. Would it be possible for Demeco Ryans? Because I think, like, if he goes to, let's say, the Texans, he's played with them, he knows the organization, knows how it runs, and reshapes that defense. I mean, what are some of the good things you've seen from Demeco Ryans as far as the blueprint for the defense and how they've been able to really stop opposing offenses situationally?
Man, if you want to call a non-player captain of a defense, I'm going to call him the captain of a defense. This man is a true leader. Don't get me wrong, it's like, okay, just hypothetically, the 49ers won a Super Bowl. That's like how Mark Jackson built the Golden State Warriors and then Steve Kerr finished the project. Robert Saleh started that project, and Demeco Ryans got to finish it. I believe he's going to get a head job. I don't want to see him leave, but I know he probably want to do he want a head coaching job. I'll be grateful and satisfied and happy that if whatever job that he gets. But he's turned this defense, I think, a little notch higher than what Saleh did. Saleh brung it together, meshed it well, and Demeco Ryans gave it like this swagger and this fire under it to the point where it's hard to really beat them, because if you really think about it, it's only been 2 or 3 teams that scored more than 17 points on the 49ers. It's only been it was the Washington, the Kansas City when we first got CMC, and the Raiders. Okay, that happened. I didn't know who that quarterback was for the Raiders. He did something that I didn't know that was possible. I get more respect for that. I ain't even mad at him. But that's why I said not to take it off Demeco Ryans real quick. That's why I said I like Purdy, because that showed his resilience and how he brought them back in a tough game like that. He needed a game like that for these playoffs. But back to Demeco, I feel like whatever team that picks him up, I feel like he's going to have a hand in the defense, even if he is the head coach, because he has that type of mindset. He's played defense. He knows what it takes to win games. I'm trying to tell you now, if the 49ers win the Super Bowl, a lot of more teams probably than now are going to call for that man. They're going to call for that man, and whoever replaces him, you got to keep the same intensity, because you can't take that defense is the way that defense is structured is already set. Just come in and just put your little kinks in, but don't restructure that defense. It's already set in stone how we want to play. Just don't mess it up. So you got a Ferrari, don't crash it. Like, just keep that defense together. But Demeco, I don't know what it is about him. He just puts a fire under the defense. And one thing Kyle Shanahan said, it's a quote. He said, he took a shot at the defense. He said, I feel like Dallas Cowboys defense are playing better than ours. When I seen that quote, I knew right then and there Demeco was going to have them boys ready for today. I never seen Kyle take a shot at the defense until I seen it. I was on a 49er website. So I stay on 49er websites all day. I saw that quote. I said, wow. Never seen Kyle do that. That's what I know. Kyle means business now. I don't think he's going to take his foot off. If we're up in this game, I don't think he's going to take their foot off their neck. I don't think he's going to play conservative now. I think he's tired of playing conservative, especially the way Seattle was playing this yesterday. I mean, last week. Oh no, it's no conservative today because all I've been hearing all week is what Dallas going to do this, Dallas going to do that, Dallas going to do. Oh no. It's physical football today. We're going back to the trenches like they played in the 1980s. We're going to be hitting for real today. But Demeco, he's the leader of that defense. He's going to make sure they all well prepared. Trust and believe. If anything, get any big plays that happen, I guarantee Demeco Ryans is going to go over to that player and ask him, "What are you doing? Get it right. We need to win this game." And then by the second half, if anything is going wrong, we're going to fix it. Because anytime we ever played in the game, the second half, our defense always steps up. We put at least 5 shutouts in the second half in this season, when an opposite team didn't score. So we play to that level, we'll be just fine. And I appreciate you having me on here, Jake. It's been a minute since the last time I was on here, but I had to come show my brother some love. You know what I'm saying? So I just wish the Chargers were still in. I don't see how Sunshine did his thing. Sunshine, like, I don't get it, but because I would have rather see the Chargers versus the Chiefs. But he's always next year. I feel like y'all be back. Y'all definitely be back. I don't see how a talented team like that won't make it back. So go Niners. Sorry about the Cowboys. Eagles, we'll see y'all next week.
Well, it's a great pleasure having you on with me, Tay. Always it's never a dull moment at all coming up onto the show as well and talking a lot of 49ers. But yeah, hopefully with the offensive coordinator position, they get it right. I think it'll be fantastic because it's like, look, you're working with Justin Herbert. So it's going to be a lot of fun from there. So no, I'm definitely pulling for the 49ers here today against the Cowboys. I honestly think it'll be a really fun, interesting game. And I think at the end of it, I'm going to miss seeing whether it's a 1-possession game or the Niners, if they stop them all situationally, I think it's going to be theirs for the taking from that point. And then seeing a Philadelphia-San Francisco matchup in the championship. I think that's exactly what everybody wants from there. But I appreciate you coming on by, my friend. Definitely take care of yourself. Where can people find you as well for a little bit more of 49ers and San Antonio Spurs content?
There you go. You can find me on Tayrock Talkin Sports. I actually post some things on my actual Facebook page, Tay Hopkins, on my Instagram page, 215 Tayrock. I post things on different things like I post certain videos that I might record different. Well, I'm the meme guy because I find all types of memes for teams, but I make videos behind the memes to explain what they are. So I do mine a little different. I'm just not the typical person not saying anybody's typical, but I try to find different ways to have my followers keep coming back. So I play like little games with them, different things like Q&A. So different things like that. So you can find me once again on Tayrock Talkin Sports, 215 Tayrock on Instagram and Tay Hopkins on Facebook. If you'll know my page on Facebook because they had Debo Samuel on his bike in the background riding into the sunset. So you'll know my Facebook page when you see it. So go Niners once again. Like I said, Jake, everybody tune into my man Jake's show. That's Jake the Snake right there. Trust and believe. He's one of the best doing it out here. That's my brother from another mother. Keep doing your thing. I'm proud of you. Let's go Niners.
Oh, I love it. I love it, man. So much. Take care of yourself, and we will definitely see what fate has in store for next week, my friend. All right. Yeah, it's a lot of fun whenever